speaking is more important than listening. Now, I know we've all been taught the listening skill is the most important. But this isn't the case when you're listening to yourself. We all do too much listening to ourselves instead of speaking to ourselves. Because it's the words in which we use inside our mind, the words in which we speak to ourselves that are going to be able to determine our actions, and our actions then determine our results. Look, I grew up with a single mother in a lower middle class. I mean, if there was a financial paradigm out there, I had it. I was always taught that money never grew on trees. I always saw my mom never have enough money at the end of the week. So all of that got embedded inside of me. So as you can imagine, any single financial challenge that came about in my life, I had financial paradigms screaming at me. Now put me in a position in which I'm in a partner in a real estate investment company. Pretty comical, right? Because all we do is handle investments. Now, the first time in which we had a buyer default, it was a hard day. Hard day for me because every single negative thought that could come into my mind came into my mind about how the heck are we going to pay for this? Where's the money coming from? What do we do? I'm sure you can just imagine. But I started realizing that I was just listening to myself. I was listening to my paradigms. And most of the time, they weren't even thoughts in which I created. So I started speaking to myself. I heard a story, and I don't remember the guy's name. He did, I think it was 10 Ironmans back to back. And how he was able to do that was that he said he would speak to himself instead of listening to himself. Have you ever had a time in which you were going through a hard workout? And hopefully everybody works out. I encourage you to do so. Going through a hard workout and your energy's not there, and you're hearing that little voice inside your head saying, hey, just quit. This is too hard. This sucks. Can you hear it right now? That's the voice in which I'm talking about. I think that's the easiest example because it's hard when we're going through a hard day at work to always hear that because we have so much distraction, so much noise going around. When you pare it down to that simple example, I bet you can hear it right now. My life changed when I decided to start speaking to myself. We recently did an ebook with two amazing people, and one being my brother-in-law Nick, and the other being Sergeant Shiloh Harris. Sergeant Shiloh Harris got blown up with 10,000 pounds of explosives serving our country in Iraq. And Nick, my brother-in-law, went through a snowboarding accident. And we created an ebook called What's Your Excuse? I encourage you to go ahead and grab that book at smartrealestatecoach.com/gifts if you haven't already, and go ahead and dive into it. It has a piece in which we talk about the excuses in the negative self-talk that we give ourselves. So here's a challenge for you. Next time you are in a hard workout, or having a hard day, or going through a challenging situation in your life, you first and foremost listen to your voice. Hear it. Hear the words that it's sending to you. And then next, start changing the dialogue. Start speaking to yourself. Change things from I'm too tired and this sucks to I got this and this is easy. It's time for each and every one of us to grow a little, to challenge ourselves a little, and to push ourselves to be the best person we possibly could be. So today, I hope this video didn't just give you motivation, but it gave you some action. Because motivation is nothing without action.